Alrighty, we are live. Hello, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Um, it is NaNoWriMo. We're going to be doing some writing sprints. But first, we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves and say what we're working on today. So, Amy, if you could go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Amy Awesomebuddy. I am an SEO consultant, and I also do website construction for CMS websites. And I slept in today, all the way in. So my tasks for today is going to be just basically planning out my week, what I'm going to do, what days, and all that kind of stuff, so that I can keep up with my handful of projects. It's not as many as I had last month, but I still gotta stay on top of things. So I'm gonna be planning for this sprints, I guess, today.
Alrighty. Are you doing Nano? Because I don't remember if you are or not.
No, I knew better. I've got too many. I've got things that need to get done now and things that are stopping me from doing them. And I was like, I'm not even going to pretend like I could try to do Nano right now.
Fair enough.
So I'm supporting all of my friends with their word count goals and sprints. And that's my contribution to the community.
All right. Well, I'm Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes. And I am doing Nano because I have a book I am determined to finish and publish by the end of the year. I am working on a complete rewrite and I am already behind of the word count I set for myself. And I believe I'm behind Nano's word count too, because I didn't do any writing yesterday. I played video games and I don't care.
I swear, every once in a while, you have to have those vegetative days, especially for creatives, because so much of your day to day really is just spinning plates in your own brain. Like, sometimes you just got to stop spinning all the plates, man. Otherwise, you're just going to get strung out.
Yep. So
I binge with, I binge watch TV. That's my no spinning plates day. Where I'm just like, all right, I'm not getting out from under the blankets today. So, I'll see you if and when you bring me popcorn. Okay, thanks. Bye.
yeah, I downloaded Monster Hunter on my Monster Hunter World on my PC, and my husband and I were running missions together. I usually
Cool.
play it on the PS4, and we both have it on PC. I've had it for a while. I got it when it was on sale for like $15 or something, and I was like, I feel like playing Monster Hunter. I want to go hunt me some monsters. Let's do it together.
Yay! Couple
10
times.
hours later, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, are the kids even better yet? Oh shit, the kids are still awake. Good thing they don't have school tomorrow.
Like, oh snap, we're parents. Damn.
Irresponsible ones. All right. Let's say hi to everyone in the chat real quick. Caro is here working, but snooping. That's okay. We love you. Thank you for being here. Ward is here. Hello. I needed to make myself productive on Mondays, Wendy. Otherwise, I wouldn't get productive until like Thursday. So,
Oh, I hate that. Thursday's the day when you're like, oh my God, I had so much stuff to do this week and it's not done.
I had so many plans that went into the trash can. Slogging Nano because Act 2021 just stopped. Right? Like, wasn't it just June yesterday?
Yes,
I swear to God, it was just June yesterday.
Was.
Yes, how dare I have fun and not do work? Hey, Amy. Do you have a website?
I would like the record to state I actually beat Caro to the website thing this past Friday. I thought of it before she did. And I called myself out. So that's like Caro 19, Amy 1.
I love how you're actually keeping count. It's great. I love it. 18. The wheel on the merry-go-round. Yes, exactly. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do our first sprint. I'm actually going to be doing admin stuff for the first sprint. I needed to clear that up. All the things I didn't get done this past weekend because I wasn't doing squat. All right. We're going to do a sprint. We're going to do 25-minute sprints. I do have a timer we're using, And if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I throw up a first line writing prompt thing. You don't have to use it. It's just there if you don't know what you want to write and want some inspiration. It's yeah. I started doing them last year and I've been doing them ever since. So feel free to use it or not to use it. Something like that.
You know, people mean business when it's a 25-minute timer. I've noticed. We're here to work. We're not even going to give ourselves the chance to talk every 15 minutes.
Yeah. Don't worry, Amy. My next plan is to have a plane fly over your area with a medicine. Amy.
Oh man, she could do it now too. She's acquired all of my information. We've bridged over from internet friends to actually having our own actual exchange of personal information, government names and everything over the last couple of months. So now I'm like legit looking for banners every once in a while. Like, oh,
You got her paranoid. It's all good.
Every time I hear a low flying Cessna, I'm like, please don't be Kara. Please don't be Kara.
All right. Oh, I forgot to make this bigger. Bigger. Yeah, bigger. I don't know how people, I think people make it full screen by having double monitors. I do not have dual monitors, so you get what you get. All right. But let's go ahead and start this sprint. We're going to be doing 25 minutes and we'll be back to chit chat afterwards. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Write all of the words. Alrighty, that is time. How did everybody do? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to take down these banners real quick. And there's a couple other things I'm going to do. There we go. I got some emails. I started answering an email. It's really long, and I'm answering a bunch of questions, so I'm only like halfway through it, but I'm getting there.
I did a little bit of my regroup list. I do better when I do things backwards, like list out all the little details and then sort and then sort and then sort and then sort and then make my to-do list. So I managed to finish my list of all the little details that I got to do this week, all of the little touch-ups and stuff. So yeah, so next sprint I'll actually be entering them into my planner, and I've been trying to use a time tracker, the one that you made me actually for the last like the whole month of October I tried, and it just doesn't work for me, and I'm not sure if I should be recording where my time goes, which I think is what you meant for me to do with it. But I try to like actually use it as like a scheduler tool almost. That way, you know, I can look at my time for the week and see, okay, I've got a meeting this day, I need to block that off, or this assignment is due this day, so I need to block off this amount of time. I tried to do that, but when I try to do it that way, like forward thinking, it just kind of conflicts with all my other methods, because most of my notebooks are backwards. Like I record what I've done. You know, like I have to-do lists for each client, and then I have my household notebook where if I think of something, you know, a new problem, like, hey, something tried to bust into that side of the chicken coop, so we need to reinforce that whole corner, it'll go into like the general to-do list. But it works better for me to record things in retrospect than to try to schedule ahead of time, because I've been trying for like 2 months now and it doesn't really work. So I think I'm going to change over and actually put it in the other notebook where I can reflect on what I did instead of trying to use it as a scheduler tool. So I think I'm going to try that out for November and see if I have any luck.
Yeah, like today, on today's date, you would say what's 11 for you guys. So from 11 to 1, streamed with Skye kind of thing.
Yes, exactly.
Got it. Okay. Let's see. Vera is sneaking in late, working on a beta read for Laura Nettles, whose timer I was using, by the way, and get some admin work done. Same. I'm doing admin work this morning. Good morning, QWERTY. Managed to shower before the sprint was over. Woo! Oh, Carol's boss came in, so she has to jet. Thank you for coming. You're probably already gone. Bye. Let's see. Ward. Geez, I can't talk today. I checked my hives because I need to uncover the front of the hive so that when it gets above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, the bees don't have to deal with. You actually have bees.
Cool.
I don't know why.
What region are you in?
Realize that,
if it's
but
still above 50 degrees there.
That is a very good question. Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, Ward has a bee for their little avatar picture. I don't know why I didn't make the connection. I just thought it was cute.
As it is. It's an adorable avatar.
It is adorable. But, oh, goodness. Another email. No. Oh, ClickUp is really trying to get me to use them. I tried ClickUp for a month, and I just kept missing dates because I wouldn't even look at it. I would do the things I was supposed to do, but I wouldn't even look at it and check them off and said I had done them. So it didn't really work for me. I'm a paper planner.
I use ClickUp exclusively for my own social media that I've been working on and failing on, because every time I sit down to do it, something else happens.
Yeah.
But I started doing it with a client previously, and so I have a template where it just works for me. You know what I mean? How I say I make lists, that kind of like
Mhm.
build up to a project scale. I was able to recreate my process in ClickUp, and it's awesome. So I've got my personal social media scheduled into ClickUp so that I can plan it out and save myself all that handwriting and copywriting, not copywriting, but copy and pasting and all that crap. So I still
Nice.
use it a bit, but it just becomes another thing to fill in when I don't have the time for it, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it became for me. Because, like I said, I was using it to, I was accomplishing the task that I had set up for myself in ClickUp. But like, I would
Mhm.
constantly get emails like, "This is overdue" for something I'd already done and completed. I just hadn't checked it off because I would forget to do that. So,
I
yeah.
found it works better when you have it um like you just leave the ClickUp tab open at all times. Like I use Google Chrome primarily,
Mhm.
and I do use all the other ones, but it's work stuff. So Google Chrome is my go-to, and I have that color-coded tab system across the top, which makes
Ah.
my little tab gremlin heart so happy. And I have a, you know, a tab section that's just for me, and I just leave it open that way. Whenever I click over to see like my emails, or you know, I have my Facebook and my Discord in that tab section so that I can reply to my friends. Like that's my section where I do my stuff, and I see it and I'm like, ah, yeah, click that, got to do it. But if I don't leave that tab up, I don't remember, you know.
Yeah. I
So I
think for
feel your
me that
pain.
wouldn't work because I turn my computer off at night.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I just hit the little sleep button.
Why is there a noise coming from a phone? Is there a phone almost dead? There is. Okay, that's fine. All right. Bees struggle to fly when it gets below 50 degrees Fahrenheit and below 47. They can't fly and may die if they can't get back to the hive quickly.
Oh,
Mm. And it
you know
is
what?
winter
Actually,
time.
that totally makes sense with when I start seeing bees in my spring gardens. I don't start seeing bees in my spring gardens until it's around 50 degrees at dawn. That's
Huh.
when I guess it's warm enough for them to go out first thing in the morning and try to explore instead of, you know, their winter habits. So that actually totally makes sense. Thank you for explaining that.
Huh. I didn't know. I don't know anything about bees other than I don't kill them like I used to try to do when I was a kid.
Oh,
I was a stupid kid. It's all good. I know better now. Uh, all right. Let's go ahead and do another spring it.
sounds good to
I,
me.
I kind of want to finish this email up and get it done.
Yeah,
So,
before it gets too far out of your mind. I know that
yeah.
feeling.
Yeah. So, same thing as before. We're going to do a 25-minute sprint. Hey, Tammy. It always throws me off when I
Hello.
see your name, Tammy, because my mother in law's name is Tammy. So I just see that and I'm like, why is my mother in law on my live stream? I'm very confused right now. And I have to take a minute to actually read the whole name because my mind just sees Tammy and freezes.
I'm not even doing
Uh,
anything wrong, but I still feel like I've been found.
exactly. All right. So if you want to use the first line prompt, you can. Otherwise, let's go ahead and do a 25-minute sprint. Um, and we're gonna write some words. We're gonna do it in 3, 2, 1. Write all the words. And that is time. How did everybody do?
You know, that timer is actually not so bad when it cuts through music. Like the last time we did it, I didn't have music on in the background, and so the thunder would startle me. But this time I was jamming, and it worked out just perfect. Like I heard that sound, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing something."
Don't you love it when you have things that remind you you're actually doing things?
Oh yeah, I do, because my attention span, whew, you know what's been going on with me for the last, oh God, what is it now, 7 months? So my attention span is not even what it used to be.
I totally
So
did
yeah,
not
a
do.
clap of thunder and lightning to get my ass back in gear is helpful.
I understand that completely because I totally was not doing what I should have been doing during that writing sprint.
Ooh.
I was doing stuff on my phone instead of finishing that email. To be fair, I was thinking about the email, but I was like, how do I word this that is polite but answers the question without being a dick? So there's that.
I have found that being general and using no words like you or I help with that.
Yeah. As per my last email. No, it wasn't even that. It was just that I'm repeating it. I'm repeating something that I've already said, but it wasn't understood correctly. Mm-hmm. So it's not like it was actually bad. I was just trying to figure out how to word it differently so that they could understand it better.
Okay.
Because apparently I'm not making myself understood. Which is a problem. I don't know.
I have somebody in my life every once in a while, they pop up, and then, we'll end up debating something, and they always say, like, if you can't explain it to me in a way that I understand, then you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, excuse me, your inability to keep up and understand what I'm saying is not a reflection on my ability to be clear.
Well then.
Yeah. Needless to say, I try to avoid that particular conversation when I can, because it's not nice to just be like, hey, if you're too dumb to keep up, go find somebody else to answer your question.
Yeah.
I'm not that much of an ass.
I am.
I find myself wanting to say that on occasion.
I am that much of an ass. She is a good mother-in-law.
You gotta
do it. Sometimes. Yes, Tammy, she is a good mother-in-law. Bees prefer weather that is 60 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So, hi, Tamara. Hello, hello. Oh, Morgan also joined us. Hi.
Hi.
I have arrived, and that's about it. That's what Tamara says. Hi, Quint. Yeah, I warned everyone on the first sprint in the chat. I forgot to say it out loud. By the way, everyone, I'm using the same timer. The next time we use it, there will be thunder at the end. So, I'm sorry. No words, working on Act 2 beats. Nice. Transcribing a recording I made while running errands. Awesome. I think Wendy's the only one that's actually writing. Found a good playlist and got 449 words. That's awesome. Woo. No, they're actually still in process of doing the background checks. I've now actually applied to 2 jobs that are currently in background check status. And apparently background checks are running slower up here than they usually do, because what should have taken two weeks max is now taking 3 to 4 weeks. But I keep checking in to make sure to check the status. And both those jobs are in background check status mode.
Yeah. I guess it's because the few positions that I've had to do a background check were federal positions, but it did not take that long. I got a call back the next day.
Yeah, these ones are not neither. Well, the sub position is not federal. I don't I don't know how suppositions
Hmm.
work.
I think
I
public
haven't
schools are
also
mostly
checked
a state
recently.
issue.
Maybe I think that's a possibility. I know that if my husband really, really wanted to go back into the prison system, he probably could. I am not encouraging this because I've heard a lot of bad things about the prison system up here as far as like the prison it's literally like 5 minutes down the road from here, which is awesome. And that's where when we originally decided to move up here, that was the plan. He was going to get a job there. However, they've had 7 wardens in less than a year.
Oh God, that's not good.
There's some major bullshit going on in that prison system. And that is the reason that my husband did not apply there. He got warned by employees who would have been his coworkers in the same like position not to. And actually, my husband does now work at a hotel, and most of the rooms that are being rented out are to the prison workers because they are working so much overtime they cannot go home to visit their families. They're spending a night out of 7 in the hotel and then going straight back to work.
Wow,
That's how bad it is there. So I'm like, oh my
that's
God.
crazy. I don't think in North Carolina they'll even let you do that. I talked to a prison guard, I don't know if he was a guard, but he worked at a prison, and he was only allowed to work 6 months a year.
Well, that's weird because Justin
I know, right?
was a
like
prison guard.
on-off thing. It was literally like you're scheduled this amount of time. You're allowed to work 6 months a year. You can work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, or you can work 6 weeks straight, but you cannot work for more than 6 months a year. And I was like, what are you talking about? He might have been at a private prison where
Maybe.
they're a little bit stricter about nobody going over hours and no fraternizing, no getting comfortable in the position kind of thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't remember if he was public or private prison.
That had to be a private prison thing because Justin was at the public prison and that was not the case. They couldn't go over so many hours, but it wasn't a 6-month job. It was yearly. You work this amount of hours every week, yearly. What?
Yeah,
okay.
I know. It didn't make a damn bit of sense when I heard it either, but the guy seemed legit. This wasn't somebody I knew well enough to be like, look me in the eye and tell me you're not lying to me. So I cannot confirm, but he explained the whole situation, and I was like, that's weird.
Huh, I don't know.
So yeah, sounds like Justin made the right call. That's not an environment anybody would want to willingly walk into.
No. So while we are hurting for money, we're not hurting for money that badly because I don't think I could put us through that mental strain.
We're not there yet.
Not there yet. Close, but not quite. We're tiptoeing that line.
Come on, background checks.
I know, really? I'm like this every day. Like, can I hear back yet? Please let me hear back. Welcome, Quet. Thank you for coming. Morgan is working on writing my YouTube video for today. Okay. Hopefully get it written, recorded, edited, and uploaded. See, everyone talks about writing scripts, and I'm just over here like, I have a bullet point for some things I want to talk about. Some. That I don't ever cover. Right? Take your time, background check. It's not like people are waiting for paying jobs or anything. No.
Yeah, hey, I get in conflicting stories because the news is always talking about all these unemployed people, all these people leaving their jobs and all that stuff. And while I understand the basic argument and what's going on, you're not the only person I know who's like actively hunting a job and cannot find it. But all they're talking about is all these people leaving and all these underemployed positions. And I'm like, I'm seeing a little bit of disparity here. Somebody's lying.
There are 3 places I've had interviews at that the managers straight up told me that they're all corporations. The corporations are forcing them to hire people so that they can take their full-time employees and give them less hours and turn them into part-time employees so that they do not have to offer them benefits.
Oh yeah. I know somebody who's going through that
Um,
exact same situation. They're working at a grocery store right now that is absolutely completely understaffed. Like
mhm.
they're a nighttime stalker at a grocery store and it's completely understaffed. There's like supposed to be 6 people that rotate through the course of a week. Right now
Mhm.
there's only 4 employees, of which only 2 actually show up each night. And rather than upgrade those 2 employees to full-time employees so that they can give them overtime and actually allow them to be there as much as they can, as much as they need them, they won't let those 2 employees cross over from part-time to full-time so that they don't have to give any benefits or raises or overtime.
Yep. And even the school told me when I did my interview, they were like, "You're going to be part time, and that's if we need you." And I'm like, "That's great. At least it'll be something at the time." And now, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, "That's some bullshit."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's a whole lot of fuckery out there. I do not understand.
yeah, the school background check, I do need a double check back in because it now has been 4 weeks completely since the last time, since I turned it in and did everything. But it also has been like a week and a half since I last checked in. So it's possible it's come back. But again, since it is a sub position, I will be on call as needed. So, and with the holidays coming up, honestly, I don't think they're going to need me that much because of the fact that they're already out a bunch of days for the holidays. Like they're out of school today. They had no school today. So that's fun. And I think it's for teacher work day. But like, if I have information that tells me why they're out of school today, I don't know where it is. I just know they're out of school today.
If I have that information, I don't have that information.
Yeah, pretty much. We don't ever have a plan or bullet points for our YouTube channel. We talk about being more prepared and routinely fail. Right? Yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
I feel those words deep down in my soul.
Mm-hmm. Wendy's niece job was giving 5 days while she was in high school, and now she's graduated. She's only getting 2 days. Yeah, that doesn't make any damn sense. That's what a lot of companies are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
And some of those things are even like, she graduated from high school. Did she also turn 18? Because some jobs are allowed to treat their over 18s and their under 18s differently.
Mm-hmm. Job hunting's hard, guys.
This is one part of being a grown-up that my parents didn't. I've been very lucky. I've always been smart. My parents didn't really hide anything from me about being a grown-up. You know, even things like, you know, sex, I understood way before my peers because my parents would explain a little bit. And if I understood that, then they'd build on it. So I never got more information than I could handle, but I understood things better. But even now as an adult, I'm like, I knew all of these things that went into adult when I was like, I can't wait to be an adult when I was a teenager and sick of shit. Like I'm not 18, so I can't do this or that. Now I'm 33 and I'm like, oh, I still don't get it. I've been doing this shit for like 18 years now. I still don't get it.
Right. Oh, man. Like, I haven't worked this hard to try to find a job since I was a teenager. Like, I don't remember having this much difficulty trying to find a job. Well, no, I take that back. I did when I was pregnant with my oldest. Before I was pregnant, I was working at Movie Gallery, and I was about 6 months into my pregnancy when all the movie galleries closed. So I worked at each, like 4 different stores, helping them close down everything between Movie Gallery and Hollywood Video. But after that, job hunting was extremely difficult because everyone's like, you're 6 months pregnant. We don't want to hire you just to have you try to do maternity leave in 3 months. I'm like, that's not what I'm going to do. I will work until the baby pops out.
And then I will recover and I will work again.
Yeah. Oh God. But I was pregnant, so I kind of understood it. Now I'm just like, can someone please just hire me? I will learn the job. If I don't know how to do it, I will learn it. But I've also now I've come to the realization too that I've technically been out of the workforce because a lot of companies around, at least around here, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but freelancing does not count as work at a lot of the companies around here.
Yeah,
because
I
it
think
is
that's a
not a
bunch of shit.
tax-paying job. I mean, it is
Mhm.
tax-paying, but like you don't get a W-2.
Yeah.
So it doesn't count as work. So technically, I have been out of the workforce for 3 years now,
Oh,
and it's fun.
yeah. I was out of the workforce for like, oh God, 6 or 7 years before I went back into doing this SEO stuff. And
Yeah.
while I did do some part-time freelancing stuff, the critique that I got was like, well, we can't verify that you actually had work because nobody, this is just you. These could have been your friends and stuff like that paying you for odd jobs. And I'm like, how the fuck is that any different than a business hiring me? If I can prove that I did work and I got paid for it, what's the difference? And it made me so mad and was very discouraging.
Yeah.
But I put that shit on my resumes and applications and everything anyways. I'm like, look,
Yeah.
I like to show that I tried,
Yeah.
like I'm freelancing has always been better for just my whole home and my whole family dynamic. And it's just the way it is. I'm not going to let them take it from me without a fight.
Yeah. The fun thing is also, so if you look at my resume, like, except for my last job, the one I left in 2019, all of the companies I have worked for are now closed. My first job was at a website company that closed 2 years after I left there. Movie gallery is closed. The company I left in 2019, when I was originally hired, it was EMC. Dell bought them out. So technically, the first job is gone. It's now Dell. And the used bookstore I used to work at, the reason I left it is because it closed. So even looking back at my job, it's
track
really
record
hard.
you got there.
They're like, this last job was great filling out the application because they wanted phone numbers for the companies I'd worked for. And I straight up told the guy on the phone interview when he called me, he was like, I was like, look, I know when you look at my resume, it's gonna look like shit. And I gave you phone numbers for the companies that worked at the time. But I'm going to tell you right now that if you call those numbers, you're not going to get through to anyone because they don't exist anymore.
I always put references upon request on my applications and all that stuff. I give you my work history, but I do references upon request. Like if you're going to be calling these people, I need to know. I'm not sure if the numbers are going to go through.
Yeah. Oh no, Emma Moore! That's literally that's the thought process that went through my head the other day when it was one of those not good days, and I was just like, "Is that the reason companies aren't hiring me?" And I literally had a meltdown because that was the exact thought that went through my head. So it's funny now, but it wasn't funny 2 days ago. Yeah, maybe that's why no one will hire me. Oh God.
Oh, yeah, it's so hard. They make it so hard. If you don't join that 9 to 5 club young, it's really hard to get back into it.
I got seriously lucky with my last job. And honestly, I have a past coworker who's like, when you coming back? And I'm like, I'm not as long as that manager's there.
Uh-huh. But let me know if they leave anytime soon because I wouldn't mind applying.
Right? Just keep saying I'm not cursing my companies. I'm not cursing my companies. It's not my fault. All right, let's do a writing sprint because this is quickly getting a little depressing. just a little. Oh man,
this is a real Monday. This is what real life does on Monday mornings. Oh God, am I overwhelmed? Oh God, am I in company curse? Oh God.
Pretty much. All right. So this first line is going to be, as the prison gate closed behind him, he saw someone waiting for him. And we're going to do 25
going to have flashbacks.
Oh, man. We're gonna do 25-minute sprint. The timer does end with some thunder, so I apologize ahead of time if it scares you. It's a good timer otherwise. Oh goodness. All right, last thing. I complain about my job that I've had the same job for 10 years, so people don't really bother me, and I only work weekends. Downfall is 16-hour days. You know what? I would take it. I'm that desperate for a job. I would do it in a heartbeat. Just saying.
That's not too bad. I mean, when you think about it,
Mm-mm.
that really does mean that only 2 days of your week are completely booked, and that's not hard to schedule around. It's a
Yep.
bummer because, of course, the weekends are everybody else's free time. So,
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the sprint. We're going to start and write some words in 3, 2, 1. Write all the words. Boop. That is time, everyone. How did everybody do?
I went ahead and took my lunch break. I realized what time it was, and I was like, you know what? Supposedly, properly fueling my body is also a productive thing to do. So,
I do not blame you. I have nearly finished the email. The problem is that this person's like me. As they think of things, they comment about them just so that they don't forget it. And so I'm answering like 4 or 5 emails with one email. And so I'm going through like each 4 or 5 those 4 or 5 emails for all the questions to make sure I'm thoroughly answering everything. And this isn't a problem person. I know I was joking about that earlier, and I may have come across as serious. I have had emails where I've had to be really, as per my last email, pissy. But with this person, it's just that they are trying to understand, and I'm not wording it right in some cases, and in other cases, they're just asking questions because they're getting conflicting information. So
sounds like you got your hands full.
It's not terrible though, and I really do enjoy working with this person.
Okay, that always helps.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it is with my volunteer work. Like 3/4 of the people I work with are like over the age of, I want to say 60, probably more like 70 in this particular project. And so like there's stuff that they just don't understand. That's technology based, and no matter how hard I try, thankfully they like me and they trust me. So at a certain point, I'm like, you know what? How about I just do it, and then I'll explain to you what I did. And they're like, okay, go ahead. So
I feel like that's what this relationship is getting to, because this person, the latest email that I got this morning was like, could I just like pay you to do some of this stuff for me? And I'm like, if you want to, I will totally let you.
I mean, if you'd like to throw money at me, since I'm putting so much time and energy into it. Anyways.
Yeah.
I wish I could be compensated for all the schoolwork that I do.
Right. I wish you could get paid for
like all the professional development schoolwork. I'm sure that I'm just missing like grants or something like that I could apply towards that concept. But sometimes I'm just like, man, I do a lot of homework. A lot. But what I do Coursera, I'm sure some of the people will, the pretty sure it's pronounced Coursera. And I got it in my head Coursera years ago. And once stuff gets stuck in my brain like that, it doesn't fix itself. But I use that, and they're freaking awesome. I love them so much. It's 100% self-paced. And so if I need to not work on this class for a month, 2, 3, I come back, no problem whatsoever. Reset my deadlines, everything's good to go. So I love that. And if you buy the annual subscription, you save yourself so much money. Like I bought an annual subscription back in July, and I'm doing so much homework now because I'm just burning through as much of this catalog as I possibly can by the end of my July catalog. Because if anybody's interested, I definitely recommend it, especially for any freelancers who do anything marketing based, because like my SEO certification, that's where I got it. And I'm doing a Google project management certification right now because I don't have any project management history, but all of this stuff is current information, and it's stuff that, you know, I intend to point out and be like, hey, you know, no, I don't have any experience, but I'm not asking to be a project manager. I'm just showing you that I am competent to manage my own projects because I'm a freelancer.
Yeah.
So, but if anybody's wondering, if you ever think about it, you probably finally figure this stuff out yourself. But if you can, buy the annual subscription, not the monthly subscription, because you literally save like 40%. It's the difference between like $750, almost $800, and $400. You literally save half if you can pay for the annual. And I highly recommend it. I love it so much. But because it's not a traditional school, I cannot apply for any type of student loans or any type of student grants or anything like that. because it's not a traditional school. So I'm like,
Yeah.
are you sure? It'd be really nice to get something out of this. I guess I'm getting the certification, professional development, which matters. That's what I tell myself when I'm like looking at my bills, like, damn it. Being an adult is so hard.
Wendy, are they is this a good thing or a bad thing? Because this could go either one. They're plowing the tree line by Wendy's house this morning, and now there's 2 digging trucks and a dump truck, and she thinks they're going to be building a house next to her. The only reason I'm asking is if this is a good thing or a bad thing is because my sister actually is going through this problem. She actually messaged both me and my other sister like a couple weeks ago, and she was freaking out because she just planted a bunch of like blueberry bushes this year, and they were doing a survey of the field next door, and the survey marked her blueberry bushes as part of that property. And she was like, what do I do? What's going on? So that's why I'm asking, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Because you dig them little blue bastards up and relocate them. That's what you do. Tell her as long as she keeps as much of the blueberry taproot as she can, it will survive being repotted.
I think her blueberries are on her property line, and I think that's the way why she was freaking out, because they surveyed it wrong, I think.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. Someone fucked up. So yeah. So is this a good thing or a bad thing? I'm just curious. Because I'm nosy. As fuck.
But yes, she's right though. If they did the tree line and they brought in dump trucks and digging trucks, that's clearing the land all the way down to dirt, so that there's not tree stumps and all that kind of stuff, so that people can have a level building surface. So you're probably right.
Maybe. And is there something going on with StreamYard? Because I don't see any comments coming through. Let me check the YouTube to make sure I'm not missing something. Oh, look. Nope. No one's commenting. Okay. It's just me. It's not me.
I don't know. I don't look at the YouTube or the comments, so I can't help you. It's hard enough for me to pay attention to this.
Tamara helped me out. She wrote the word comments just so I could see if it was working. And yes, it is.
So smart.
Thank you, Tamara. I love you. You're amazing. I can't put my heart in here anymore. The camera hates me. It's doing what Tamara's always does. And so if I move it, it's going to like cut out. I need to look. Do like webcams have like a shelf life that they're only supposed to last so long, and then you got to replace them? Because I swear to God, I just bought this one, and already I'm having problems with it. If I tap it wrong, it will completely go out.
I hate to break it to you, but yes, everything is made to break now.
Well, I understand that, but like a year?
Yes. Everything is, believe it or not, like there have been studies. I can't think of them. I think I might have read it in like New York Times or something, that I trusted the source when I got it. But they were talking about things like materials that are chosen for certain things, like cameras that plug into your computer. There's going to be a certain amount of wear and tear on that. Best case scenario, it's going to have to sit in one space and still get dusty. So it's still going to have to be cleaned.
Yeah.
And but it won't get banged around. Worst case scenario, it's a clumsy person or a person who doesn't have a good setup and they're constantly knocking this thing over. But these companies, knowing full well this plastic's only going to survive 3 or 4 drops. These connections on the inside are not going to survive more than a 1 foot drop from the top of your computer to your desktop. So if you knock it the 3 feet down to the floor, that connection on the inside is not going to survive. They know damn good and well they're making these products where they're not going to survive anything more than sitting still untouched to make it past that warranty. So everything is made to break in about 1.5 years, and that warranty expires in 1 year.
Yep.
You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. Yes. That's the way these things are designed to work now.
Fudge. And Tamara thinks that her camera finally died. So
Oh no.
that sucks. That sucks so much. Yeah, mine is dying. The worst part is that I've got the newer of the two webcams. And when we first moved up here and we were just using the hotspot for internet, Justin still had D&D. So he took my webcam so that he could continue doing his D&D sessions. And then I bought this one. So this one's not even a year old. This one's like 6 months old, I think. Something like that. And so yeah, I've got the newer of the two, and that one's the one he's using is working fine. Irritating. I don't want to buy another one.
I don't blame you.
And at the moment, I can't. So
it sounds like somebody needs to be very, very careful. Handle with care.
I mean, I guess I could do other things if this camera finally dies. Like, he's at work right now, so I could steal his camera. But that's a pain in the butt and a hassle that I just don't want to deal with. So I won't. Oh, man. All right. We have been streaming for 2 hours. Do we want to do another sprint, or are we wanting to call it a day? I'm easy either way. I got an email to finish. I'm going to finish it whether we're streaming or not.
Oh, that's up to you. I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to be here one way or another. So
if you're
if you
still
want
here,
to, sure. If not, then you'll still stop it right at your 2 hours mark, I guess.
Okay. So if you're in the comment section, sprint or no, because I'm easy either way.
Oh, excuse me.
Because, oh, dear goodness. I am almost done with this email, though, which is making me happy.
I am about to dive into one of my projects, something that I need to get done relatively soon, but it's competing with other stuff. Damn it.
How rude of it.
I know.
How dare you coincide with other things?
Mm-hmm. I think what it is I've got this one domestic project, this thing that I need to do. And it's not even personal. It's just domestic. It's for my household, kind of.
Yeah.
And everything that I keep doing, I keep comparing it to not doing work on that. So I think I honestly just need to do that. Like, get that done. So I can stop thinking about it. And then I'll be able to focus on everything else. So I don't know that I'm going to do that today, but that might be my tomorrow to-do list. It's just that until it's done.
I mean, that works.
I'm notorious for that. Like, I try to manage everything a little bit here or there, but then something eventually will become more of a priority than the others. And I'll still try to do everything else. And everything else suffers because I cannot pry my brain away from this one thing that I know is, for whatever criteria I've chosen, more important than everything else. So,
yeah.
Not one of my best qualities.
I did the same thing, though, so it's all good. Tamara says one more, and I think MM Ward's talking about our cameras because they said, "Oh no." So I think that comment's towards the cameras. All right, let's go ahead and do one more sprint. This will be the last one. And do I have another? Yeah, I have one more. Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and get everything set up for us, and we will do another sprint soonish.
Ooh, I like that prompt.
Ooh, spooky. I think these were the last, because these ones were still up from last time, but they weren't ones that I'd used. So I think these were all ones that I grabbed for, like, right before Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Oh, well. It's like, turn these spooky. Or not. It's up to you. Let's see. All right, everything's set up, so we can start sprinting whenever everyone's ready. And this so 25 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and sprint. The timer does end with a little bit of thunder, so I apologize ahead of time if it scares you. And we're gonna go ahead and start writing in 3, 2, 1. Write all the words. All right, that is time. How did everybody do? What did you do? Sarah joined us. Hello. You should.
Hello.
Oh, goodness.
I got completely derailed with YouTube videos for about 10 minutes, but then I went ahead and did, like I said, I can't stop thinking about this one thing. Let me just work on it. And I'm feeling good about it. So I think I made the right decision for the day.
Nice. I am just double checking all the stuff in my email. And that's what I did this last spring. I finished it. There's a lot of information in it. I'm probably going to get an email back that says, this is a lot because it's a novel. I think with this, I have written close to 2,000 words.
Oh, in an email?
In an email.
Woo! Make sure you break that thing up into paragraphs.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely broken up in paragraphs. But that's how all of our emails between us have been. Like, I'll write novels, and he'll write back multiple emails with like 1 or 2 sentences. That's how every single one has been. Oh, man. Tamara wrote maybe 2 paragraphs, did a bunch of BS on Twitter, and replied to emails. That's what I'm working on today. I feel that so hard. Oh, man. But yeah, that is. It's been a day. Fun. It's been a day already, and it's only like 11:30 for me.
Oh, it's 1:30 for me.
Yeah, it's still early for me. So, yeah, that's how I live my life.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hi, JC. Just wanted to show some love. Hit the like button. Still putting up groceries. Wanted to wish everyone a happy and productive week, too. Yeah, I haven't started writing. I'll get to it this evening. Probably.
We'll see.
We'll see. Got lots of things to do today. But it has been a productive morning, though. I will say that. And I think, oh shoot, I just remembered something I need to add to my email. Like hours.
Yay.
So that they know I don't reply on weekends.
That's smart.
I'll add that after we're done. Yeah. That's the last thing I have to do. Then I can send it. So, how about you? Did you have a productive morning?
I did, yeah. Like I said, Monday mornings are usually my recap for the week, and I feel good about my recap. So I feel good, like I got a good start, a grip on what I'm doing right now. So
okay. Hi, Nikki. We're actually just wrapping up. How about everyone else in the comments? Did everyone else feel good about what they did today? Just curious, and I'm nosy. I'm making sure I didn't miss anything. Nope, I didn't miss anything. Okay. But it feels like I haven't gotten a lot done because I've been working on the same thing and it wasn't writing related. Well, creative writing related, I should say.
That's always a pain in the butt, nagging feeling.
Yeah, but it was stuff that needed to get done. I still have to update my website. I'm so good at this. So good at balancing everything.
Oh my gosh, look at who you're talking to.
Wendy did this 400 words and then fell down in a rabbit hole of YouTube crack.
Oh man, that's exactly what happened to me. I follow the Stone Coat Epoxy Company. People may have heard of it, but they do epoxy pours to make like countertops for people, and they make a whole YouTube channel about it. They teach you how to do it yourself and all that. So it's all of this epoxy pouring and all these colors, and it's so addicting. Just like watching it.
I love watching those. I've
And
only ever seen I don't watch them on YouTube. I see the ones that are like posted to Facebook when I'm
yeah, that's how
scrolling
I got
Facebook.
into it for
Yeah.
sure. I think my watching dice making got the whole epoxy hashtag into my Google profile, and now there's epoxy everything everywhere.
We saw you like these videos. We think you like these videos too.
Mm-hmm. Damn it,
Tamara
Google,
doesn't
you're
want to
not
talk.
wrong.
Tamara doesn't want to talk about her website. Is your Bliss Winters one up? I feel like it is, but I wanted to double check.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I thought so, but then I was like, is it? And I started second guessing everything.
I have touched base with Tamara about her website, and I will say, to her credit, it is not her fault that her website it's a whole kerfuffle. WordPress
no.
is not listening. And
Oh
yeah,
no.
who knows when she'll finally make it through the system to a real person who can understand her problem instead of getting all these bot answers. So I'm sending you good juju, Tamara.
I just, knowing the trouble that she's having, I just remember that one time that I deleted all access to my website and I had to like contact them and be like, I can't even access my own website. Help me.
I don't understand.
I deleted myself as a user.
Oh man, early on, with my first big client, she's a travel client, and I was trying to figure out something. I don't remember what it was, but I accidentally changed the permalinks. And WordPress makes it very clear, don't mess with the permalinks. And if anybody is ever messing with your website, do not touch your permalinks. I locked myself out of the website and freaked out, spent like 45 minutes trying to figure out what to do, because it didn't just lock me out. I locked out the whole fucking admin because I messed up the permalinks. There was no way to log in because Bluehost was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, yes, you do. You do know. So I had to basically, it was, at the time she was living in Africa. So her time frame's totally different than mine. And so it was the middle of the night for her, like 2:00 in the morning. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So I basically had to like break into her Bluehost account so that I could talk directly to help, so that I could tell them, okay, this is what I remember doing, and this is the problem that I have. And it took them all of 10 minutes. I love Bluehost customer support. It's great. It took them all of 10 minutes to fix it, but it took me all of an hour and a half to stop freaking out because I messed it up and I had no idea what I'd done wrong.
Been there, done that. I mean, I deleted myself as a complete user and I was the owner of the website. So I will have to say this. I really, really love Bluehost's contact support.
Oh,
like,
yeah, it's
it
the
is
best.
chef's kiss. It is beautiful. It is amazing. They were able to get me fixed after I had my meltdown. And I was just like, oh, I love you. They got me all set in like 15 minutes.
Oh man, the worst problem I've ever had did take 4 days for them to fix. But 2 days of that was their own fault because they started to do something and I was like, no. You already did this. This works. And then I was redoing a website for someone and they gave me the database, but they had stripped away the theme and everything completely, just bare bones. There was absolutely no sign of a theme on that database. And I don't do coding. I don't actually know how to code. I understand what I'm looking at, but I do not know how to do it myself. Mm-hmm. So I knew what I was looking at and I'm like, oh my God, like I don't even know what to do with this. And long story short, I got them to restore a previous version of the website and then just reapply this database. And then I was like, oh, and then magically my original problem got fixed. I still don't know how it happened. And then I was like, do not restore. I need it like this. And then they went ahead and restored it. So then I had to get them to go back again. But they did everything correctly and they figured out problems I had no clue. Like, they're pretty great.
Yeah.
Highly recommend if anybody's looking at changing or thinking about setting up a website. That's my go-to is Bluehost.
Bluehost for hosting, yeah. Like it seems expensive, but it's worth it. I promise.
Oh, Block B! I love them.
I haven't heard of Block B. I now have a band to go down a rabbit hole and listen to. I'm slowly listening to more K-pop.
Blockbuster.
Slowly. Okay, yeah. Bliss Winters already needs updating too. I feel that so hard. I just updated my website like a month ago and it already needs updating again. Oh.
What I'm hearing is I need to schedule you into my workbook.
I just need to update because what I need to update is actually the fact that the summer solstice seductions anthology is no longer published.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally all I have to do. It'll take me 5 minutes. I just haven't done it. It's like your domestic task. You think of it and you're like, I should just get it done. It's that. That's my domestic task that I gotta do.
I'm so glad I'm getting this the fuck over with. I think she's talking about permalinks, and yes, it is a thing, and yes, it's a bad thing to do. It's for people who changes URL of a website, or for example, you have a URL and like ghost URLs where the URL that you see across the top might be, sdhegyesauthor.com, but on the back end in your database and all that stuff, it's still skythewriter.com.
Yeah.
And, like sometimes your permalinks are not going to match, but those are specialty situations. And if you didn't do it, don't touch it. Because even I don't know how to fix it. I just know how to contact help support.
Help me fix it.
Oh, yeah. But it's very, very good.
Yes. I thoroughly enjoy it a lot. I really like WordPress too.
Yeah.
Like almost everyone I know now is like, I'm going with Wix. So I'm like, I don't like Wix. I do have a background with a little bit of coding because we were talking about jobs earlier. My first job, I was working at a web design company back when websites were designed with fireworks for the graphics and Dreamweaver for the website, and you did a lot of the yourself. So like I know basic HTML, not all the CSS and other stuff that they have now, because this was again like almost 15, 20 years ago. I don't even think those programs exist anymore. Not in the same essence that they did, at least. And so like a lot of it was done via coding. So I did learn some coding, but Wix is so drag and drop feature now to make it more user friendly that those of us with coding backgrounds are like, this is ticking me off and I can't use it.
Yeah, I was talking on somebody's stream. It might have even been yours last week or something. And, WordPress and Wix are the two big ones. And the biggest pro for WordPress is you can do pretty much anything you want to do. Somewhere there is a plugin that will help you do it. It might come with additional costs, and you will be limited to your free plugins if you aren't prepared for additional costs. But one way or another, you can do pretty much anything you want to do.
Yeah.
Wix does not allow you to do pretty much anything you want to do, but you can't mess it up because it's so drag and drop and simple. You really can't mess up the setup of a Wix website.
Yeah.
And I have to say, if you're setting up a shop, the WooCommerce inventory is freaking awesome. I like it better than I like the product descriptions for the Wixes. But I have to give an edge to Wix if you're someone who has, if you're like a freelancer who has to schedule appointments and stuff like that, and you want to incorporate your Google Calendar with your website so that you don't have to go in and manually enter when you're available every day, every week. You can just sync the two. Oh man, I did it with a client like just a couple of months ago. For the first time, I synced that particular task on a Wix site. And it was so easy. It was like 2 verification emails, and Wix knew exactly what to do with it. And I was like, whoa, send me those emails. There's no way it's that easy. And it really was. So if you're a freelancer who does appointments, Wix. If you're setting up a shop, WordPress.
I don't have a shop yet, but that is the future goal because I would like to be able to sell like books on my website itself, straight up from my website, because I know there's a lot of people who don't like Amazon. And it would be cool to be able to sell directly through my website. I don't mean like signed copies because I can just use PayPal and integrate PayPal into my website really easily. But like be able to do the whole shopping cart where you add books and you buy them directly from the wholesaler, basically, without them being signed or anything like that.
Ah,
It wouldn't be through me; it would be through the wholesaler. I
Yeah.
think that would be so cool. And I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Anytime soon. I know how much WooCommerce costs. I don't have that right now.
Well, WooCommerce itself is free, but all WooCommerce does is set up the shop on your website. The money processing and any integrations like that, where an order goes automatically from WooCommerce to something else, those are expensive.
Yeah. I just clump it all together in one thing. Oh goodness, Nikki, I feel this. I feel like I've been to 3 to 4 streams already and haven't gotten anything done. I have gotten things done. It just doesn't feel like I've gotten anything done because I haven't gotten the stuff that I really need to get done. You know, writing. That's what I haven't gotten done.
I'm very lucky that most of my work is self-paced. You know, nobody really expects anything from me, and I'm able to keep to my deadlines, generally speaking. But sometimes I feel so behind. Even when I know there's no deadline expected of me.
I'm very bad at keeping my own deadlines, but I've told people that I want this book out, at least one book out by the end of the year, and I feel like I need to actually accomplish that. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Woohoo!
So, Wendy, that's awesome. Oldest became lead coder for robotics class. It's so freaking proud. I am proud of your oldest too. I am totally proud of your oldest. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Oh no. Sarah's gonna fight someone at Comcast. I'm here for it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for it.
I've been hearing some shit about Comcast up like in Maine and just how much of a market share they own and how not great they are. And I'm like, oof.
I don't know. I used to complain about Windstream all the time because Windstream sucks.
Oh, it does.
But then I hear people talk about Comcast, and I'm like, you know what? Windstream's not so bad. It's not as bad. It's bad, but it's not as bad.
Windstream is a low bar, but it's a steady low bar.
Yeah. Oh, they just suck in every way. I'm here for a fight vlog. Yes, Sarah, we need a fight vlog. I need this in my life. Yes, it's coming. Woo!
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm here for it.
I look forward to it.
Yes.
Sarah, I still cannot say your last name right. She's told me like 3 times. I feel so bad. She told me to my face 3 times. I still can't get it right. But I love her sense of humor. So I look forward to a fight vlog as well.
Yes. All right. We have now been streaming for almost 3 hours. We did 4 sprints. And I feel like we should wrap up because it's almost lunchtime for me and I want some foodstuffs too.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'll find another stream where I can actually get some writing done after I send this email because I still have to send it. I finished it, but I need to send it. So.
Okay. So do I need to go first with my outer row?
Yeah, give me a second. It rhymes with yarn and then Weber is just Weber. So Sharn Weber.
Sharn Weber. See?
Now put it together.
Sharn Weber.
There you go.
Shawarma. That's what happens. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I've never encountered anybody's last name quite like that and had to say it out loud. I remember how to spell it. Sharn Weber. Sharn Weber. Shawarma. That's what I hear. No matter how hard I try. It sounds cool though. All the garbled up versions in my head still sound like a really kick-ass last name.
She said it's not actually her last name. Her real one is easier.
Oh God, plot twists of all plot twists. I can't even say the pen name right. Oh damn.
Oh man. All right. But yeah, I'll let you go first. Yeah.
Okay. I am Amy Awesome Buddy. I don't know how to code and I don't know how to say everybody's last names correctly either. But I do know how to do website stuff and SEO. I'm quite good at that, certified and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm sure there's a link to some slim, just beginning to exist social media that I resent in my whole being. I resent that it exists, but I have to do it for school. So there's a link somewhere on Skye's profile if you're interested. under this video. You're muted. I can see your mouth, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I figured that out right as I finished talking. I will update the description with your Linktree link as soon as we end this stream.
Ugh,
So, yeah.
I have a link tree now.
Should be nice.
Existential dread.
Sean Weber is Sarah's maiden name, so that's why it's
okay.
their pen name. And Wendy's coming in to hit you hard with the accept create your own website.
Oh, I'm gonna tell Kara about that one.
She hit you hard with that one. Nicole, when do you stream? Or Nikki, sorry. Nikki, when do you stream? I don't know if I'm going to do anything more today because since the kids are home. I've been able to keep them preoccupied right now, but I guarantee there's shenanigans going to happen as soon as I step out of this office because that's the way it always does. Okay, I will check that out.
Oh,
check that out. You look at you being all professional and stuff, man.
I know, right?
I'm just like, hey, anyone want to stream with me?
Now that I've had several clients where I put together a link tree and eventually had to do it for myself, but like I said, it's very limited as I am. I know I know. But anyways, I love that Linktree lets you link to like custom things like that. Like you can put your custom sign up sheet as one of your tabs in your Linktree, no problem. It's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. I have a lot of stuff in my Linktree. I need to double check it and make sure it's actually all still updated. Because at one point I had links to Summer Solstice Seduction in it, and I don't remember if I took them out or not.
Well,
another thing I gotta
put it on the list.
All right. For those of you who don't know, my name is Skye. I am a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes. My name is also another one that no one could get right because the G and the Y are switched from the way it's pronounced to the way it's spelled. That's fun.
I only know because Justin and I have known each other since like first grade.
Yeah. So that's a thing that happens in my life too. But thank you for joining us today for these sprints and this long chat. That was excellent. I loved it. And I will see you guys all next Monday when I do another stream. And we're going to go ahead and take off now because food is sounding delicious. But bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a good day, everyone.